out their names individually so they know they're next?
I don't know, Coach Kirby. Did you get any instructions about that? I sent them the plan as well separately, so they see that. So I don't think you might. I don't think you might need to. I don't think you'll need to. And it's possible that Mrs. Pierce might sort of MC it. That's part of it. I don't know. I don't know, if, Coach Kirby, if you've gotten any direction at all. But other than
I know we got that Google Doc with the order, so I mean I've got it pulled up here.
great,
So, I mean we should know what order we go in, but whatever you guys want to do is fine.
Coach Kirby, if you've gotten any. Sorry, that was the YouTube live playing, so I just had to X out. That's what happened before. Here's what's going to happen again. I'm going to play this YouTube video for the music, and then it's going to continue to play. And I have to remember to go back and hit stop on that YouTube video, Piper.
Okay.
Because that really threw me off. That really threw me off. Yes.
You can always mute yourself right after so that it sounds like it's stopped and then go stop it.
There it is, Piper. Okay, number 4, mute myself. All right. Or I think I'll hit like, I'll mute my computer. I don't know. Yeah, I have to mute myself. I'll figure it out. How you doing, Steph?
Good.
Okay. So I'm going to let people in, and then I'm going to go through my list here. Okay. So I'm actually going to undo put participants in. I'm going to admit all. I'm going to share screen.
So we talked all night about the rest of our lives. Where we're gonna be when we turn 25.
That'd be great.
Keep thinking times will never change. Don't think things won't be the same. Believe next year we'll be coming back. No more hanging out 'cause we're on a different track. And if you got something that
You want the whole world to see this right now?
'cause we're moving on and we can't slow down. These memories are playing like a film without sound. And I'm thinking I didn't know what you loved. You said, and it was the end, you know, and then we got real good. Stay at home, talking on the telephone with me. So excited, and we get so scared. Laughing at ourselves, thinking life's not fair. And this is how it feels. As we go on, we remember all the times we had together. And as our lives change from whatever, we will still be friends forever. So if we get the big jobs and we make the big money, when we look back now, will our jokes still be funny? When we still remember everything we learned in school? Still be trying to break every single rule. We'll never bring about maybe the stockbroker man can never find a job that wanted to feel content. I keep thinking that it's not goodbye. Keep on thinking it's a time to fly. And this is how it feels. As we go on, we remember all the times we had together. And as our lives change from whatever, we will still be friends forever. think about tomorrow like we think about now? Can we survive it out there? Can we make it somehow? I guess I thought that this would never end. And suddenly it's like we're living in it. Will the past be a shadow that will follow us round? Will these memories fade when I leave this town? I keep thinking that it's not goodbye. Keep on thinking it's a time to fly. As we go on, we remember all the times we had together. And as our lives change from whatever, we will still be friends forever. As we go on, we remember all the times we had together. And as our lives change from whatever, we will still be friends forever.
Welcome everyone to school meeting, and thank you so much to the library faculty for such a beautiful slideshow. We're gonna start off with an appreciation by Bridget.
Hi, I would love to just take a minute to appreciate and recognize all of our teachers, faculty, and staff for just continuing to work effortlessly and for motivating and inspiring all of us during these surreal times.
Mr. Roach has an announcement.
So it's great to be with all of you tonight in our final school meeting of the year. This is going to be a really emotional and wonderful week at St. Andrews as we honor the class of 2020. And as I always do in the last school meeting of the year, I just want to say a little bit, a few words about Billy and Steph, because they have been our leaders not only in school meeting, but all the way through the school during this extraordinary year at St. Andrews. I think the thing we love about both of you is your deep love and your deep support for all of us at the school, staff, faculty, and student body. You have an incredible way of engaging with us. And okay. Sorry, I think I just came back on video, I hope. You just have an amazing way of connecting with all of us, sharing your incredible gifts with us. And during this particular time this spring, you've just been tireless and creative and so generous in keeping us together and keeping the spirit of the school burning so bright and representing your class with such dignity and with such patience and with such generosity. So we love you. We love you for your leadership. We appreciate all the personal virtues that you've shared with us. And we thank you for leading us through school meeting and through this extraordinary year. Congratulations, we love you.
Thank you. The SNN has an announcement.
Thank you.
Okay, I'm back, and this school meeting, I wanted to share with you 3 more news updates from this week. So as you know, I tried to track down topics that didn't directly relate to coronavirus. So without further ado, here's the 3 topics I found particularly interesting. First off, the United States' largest solar project is set to be finished in 2022. The building of the Gemini facilities in Nevada was just approved by the federal government. It will be the 8th largest solar project in the world and is set to produce an additional 1,100 jobs in the local community during its construction. Federal revenues are expected to be more than $3 million to the US Treasury once running, and is expected to generate renewable energy, electricity that will annually offset the greenhouse emissions of about 83,000 cars annually. Secondly, a group of anonymous donors has paid off the student debt of about 400 college and grad students in the Bay Area, who are members of the nonprofit Students Rising Above. The SRA has provided underserved students with financial assistance, college prep, internships, and career counseling for the past 20 years. But recently, donors raised up to $8 million to pay off the students' debt. Finally, the scientists from the University of Pittsburgh Swanson School of Engineering have developed a new textile coating that can repel blood, bacteria, and even viruses. The durable coating that can withstand ultrasonic washing, scrubbing, and even scraping repels liquids and prevents viruses from adhering to the surface of fabric. This new discovery can prove to be especially valuable to healthcare workers during this time, because it allows an extra layer of protection, whether on masks, hospital gowns, or even waiting room chairs in hospitals. So again, that's just really 3 short news updates that are current right now. Whether it's new solar initiatives taking place, anonymous donors paying off student debt, or new scientific discoveries being made, it's important to remember that there's still good happening in the world. While it may seem like the coronavirus is overwhelming and there's no end in sight, there's more to be found. And again, I invite you to search for more news stories and to stay informed. Thank you.
Mrs. Robinson has an announcement.
Hi, everybody. I hope you're doing well. I just wanted to let you know about a panel discussion of St. Andrews graduates of frontline workers in the coronavirus. It's going to take place next Tuesday in Dr. O'Connor's anatomy and physiology class. So I've gathered a bunch of graduates, about 6 to 7 of them, who are doctors in the emergency room or doctors in the intensive care unit, nurses, midwives in labor and delivery. And if you want to hear firsthand accounts of how the coronavirus is going and what we're doing, then that would be a great time to listen in. If you can't listen live, then you can, it'll be recorded. I hope you all are well. Take care.
The environmental stewards have an announcement.
Hi, everyone. Miss Burke, Katerina, Isabel, and I really just wanted to thank everyone who participated in the environmental stewards this year. We really appreciate all of your support and cooperation with all of our announcements. We know we can be annoying sometimes, so we really do feel the love when discussing environmental problems with you all, and we really appreciated it throughout the years.
Yeah, and we also want to thank Miss Burke for being our fearless advisor, because her patience and her kindness and her knowledge really helped the club. And she's such a strong, environmentally conscious role model for all of us. And we just hope everyone keeps appreciating her.
Thank you again, and we wanted to congratulate our co-heads for next year. So help us in congratulating Larry Phillips, Jackman, and Teddy Pyle.
Humans of SAS has an announcement.
Hi, Madison.
Hi, Haley.
So when people ask you, what are you, how do you respond?
Over time, my answer has shifted and changed. So when I was younger, I would usually say I'm Filipino because that's what people usually seek in the answer, what your ethnicity is. And I would just say I was Filipino because that's what my parents told me and that's what I identified as. But as I got older, I felt a disconnection between my Filipino heritage and my American culture. So I think now I would say I'm Filipino American so that I can
compensate for both sides of my identity. How would you respond?
For me, I would probably say that I'm Vietnamese because of the unique cultures and the delicious food that my country has to offer. However, I can't deny that sometimes I will be scared to tell them what I am because of the long-standing stereotypes for Asians. And even though sometimes I would like joke around with my friends for being Asian, somewhere inside me knows that it's wrong and I shouldn't do it. But I think that I should just be myself and like be proud of my ethnicity.
I think it's also like, it's okay if you don't know who you are and who you want to identify as, because a big part of our life is discovering who we are and being proud of that identity and what we identify as.
The Mental Health Forum has an announcement.
So on Monday night at 8 p.m. Eastern Time, the Mental Health Support Group will be having their Headmasters Forum.
In addition to that, on this next upcoming Thursday, we're going to have kind of a wellness day for the seniors and the teachers.
Yeah, so we're going to try to offer a bunch of different activities
We'll be
for the
sending out-
faculty and seniors to do together. Oh, sorry. And then we'll be sending out an email later on with more information to follow. So get excited.
Admissions has an announcement.
Hi, everybody. The admission office is excited to announce that the following students have been selected as head ambassadors for next year. Amelia Hammond, Griffin Pitt, Piper Jackman, Mimi Wilmerding, Sally England, Liz Hall, Trey Thomas, Yash Patel, Ken Peters, William Zhuang, and Cole Kay. And we're really excited to partner with this group and the whole school for what is sure to be a challenging and exciting admission cycle next year. Have a great night.
Mentoring has a final announcement.
Hey everyone, Griffin and I just wanted to thank everyone that participated in the mentoring program this year. Everyone was so dedicated to showing up each week and being on time. I know the schools and your mentees really appreciated that. I also wanted to thank all of the faculty that participated and were willing to drive and devote time to this each week. The program wouldn't have been able to run without your tenacity.
And we know that many of you have been asking for some closure with your mentees. So Hutch has been in contact with the schools and we're able to offer all of you the chance to write a letter to your mentee. It's really important that you take a moment out of your day to write to your mentee, check in with them and tell them what you enjoyed about working with them this year. And you can either mail a physical copy of the letter to Hutch or email it to him. And if you have any questions, feel free to reach out to either of us or read past emails from us for more details. And like Louis said, I would like to thank all of our mentors and faculty volunteers for generously giving your time throughout this year. And for underperformers, we hope to see you contributing to the program again next year and throughout your entire time at St. Andrews.
The arts department has an announcement.
Hello, everyone, and greetings from the arts department. There they are, down there somewhere. We're here to tell you a little bit about Arts Day 2020. And while we really wish that we could all be together in Engelhard and the Warner Gallery and Forbes Theater, we've all worked really hard to make sure that art still finds its way to you. And with the help and guidance of Liz Torrey and Michael Amos, and some sleepless nights from Mr. Gold and Mr. Hoops, students in all of our programs will come to you this Saturday via a special St. Andrews web gallery and through the SAS YouTube channel. All links to follow. Performing events will roll out one after the other, so right now we can only offer you approximate timing. And since I have the magic baton, I will start by telling you that the spring play will zoom out at about 5:45, 6 p.m. Saturday night, and you can think of it as dinner theater. You'll hear a little bit more about that in a few minutes. For now, I'm going to pass my magic baton off to Ms. Kelsey to tell you a little more.
Thank you. I'm so excited for all of you to see the incredible paintings and drawings that have been made during this virtual term. Down to Mr. Geiersbach.
Thank you, Ms. Kelsey. I'm really excited for you all to see Stephen Ding play his long-awaited piano concerto that he would have played with the orchestra. He'll play part of that. We'll also hear some chamber music excerpts. And then after that 4:10-ish performance, around 5:30-ish, there will be a little jazz performance to represent what we can do from far away from each other. And now, off to you, Mr. Hoops.
Oh, thank you, Mr. Geiersbach. We are going to have an exhibition of some amazing film work from students from the AS, the Film 2, and the Film 1 classes. Really extraordinary work done from the fall and what students were able to do at home this spring. I think you'll be amazed, and I really think that you'll enjoy the work, and I hope that you take a look. And now down to Mr. Gold.
Thank you, Mr. Hoops. We have a great dance performance for you coming up on Saturday. We have the SAS Dance Company, the academic classes, adaptive dance is going to make a little showing, and there might even be a special performance by Mr. Lamar somewhere in there. Keep an eye out. We also have a dance magazine coming at you. That's going to be great. It might not come out on Arts Day, but look for it in the next week or so. And off to you, Mr. Meyer.
Thank you, Mr. Gold. So all of the photo programs are going to have lots and lots of images from all over the world in the galleries that will be posted on the website. So keep an eye out for the link to the website so you can see all of the beautiful photographs. Ms. Karain, off to you.
Thank you. So the Noxton Tones and Andrians and Mr. Hoops have worked really, really hard this spring to put together some virtual choral pieces for you to enjoy on Saturday. We'll kick off at 4 o'clock with the Noxton Tones singing 2 songs, highlighting some of our seniors. And then again at 4:45-ish, the Andrians will give us 2 songs, highlighting Lila Feldman as our soloist. So we hope you'll join us for that.
Oh, thank you. I have my baton back. Excellent.
So on behalf of the entire arts department, we want to thank you. We want to thank you for showing up during this time and giving it your all to make this Arts Day happen. It means a lot to the entire community. We love you all, we miss you, and we will see you soon.
Adaptive Aquatics has an announcement.
Jesse and I are going to announce next year's heads of Adaptive Aquatics. We have grown significantly for having been a part of this program that has brought so much joy and satisfaction to our lives at St. Andrews. And we feel confidently that the individuals stepping into our shoes will represent this school and this program with the same level of enthusiasm, passion, and love that we have. Without further ado, Jesse.
So please join us in congratulating Andrew Park, Will Fry, and Zach Shepard.
The Cardinal newspaper has an announcement.
So hi, everyone. The editors want to thank everyone who has contributed to the Cardinal newspaper this year. We love hearing student voices and student opinions, and we will also be sending out the spring edition of the Cardinal via Google Docs tonight. Over the weekend, Mr. Torrey, Iris, Nicole, Tim, and I met to discuss next year's co-editors. And now, without further ado, please join me in congratulating Riley Baker, Noah Cates, Christine Chen, and Teddy
pile.
The science department has an announcement.
The human race has proven time and time again just how strong we are. We have overcome obstacles before and we are stronger for it. With ingenuity and hard work, there are no limits. We will triumph. But we can only succeed by being future forward. That's why this year, faced with a global pandemic keeping us apart, we've decided to come together to host Regeneron ICEF as a week-long virtual experience. We're bringing conversations with renowned scientists and engineers to your living room. Join us in our virtual environment as we connect you with brilliant minds from all over the world to share their science and engineering perspectives. We'll feature familiar sessions like the Excellence in Science and Technology panel, the Innovation and Entrepreneurship panel, and other annual symposia. Now more than ever, we know just how important science and engineering are to the future of our world. Join us, beginning with our opening ceremony on Monday, May 18th. We look forward to welcoming you to virtual Regeneron ICEF.
Hi everyone. So next week, as you just saw, there's a fantastic event happening all week. It's the International Science and Engineering Fair. There is a ton of different things going on, a really full schedule for the week. It's completely free to sign up and you can kind of drop in, drop out, just pick whatever interests you, as well as panels with amazing international experts, including Brian Greene, who's visited St. Andrews previously. He's a very renowned physicist. There are panels with experts such as the future of bioscience, women in STEM, fighting COVID-19 with science, and the great physics questions that remain unanswered, amongst others. There's also events such as a STEM experimental hall where you can take a virtual stroll on Mars. And as well as that, there's something called the ICEF Commons, which is where dozens of colleges and universities from around the US will actually be virtually present. And you can go and learn more about what each school has to offer, as well as connecting with their admissions officials. So there's a lot going on. Look out for a link from me with some more information on how to sign up and get excited. Thank you.
The spring coaches are here to celebrate their seniors.
All right, I'm back. And I'm so glad to have the chance to honor the seniors that were set to complete their tennis careers at St. Andrews this spring. William Liu, Spencer McKenzie, Jeffrey Rowe, and Tommy Lee. And this is a group that has worked harder than anyone on their tennis games really for the last 4 years, and we're primed to see the results of that work this spring. The theme of this class is improvement. Spencer, Jeffrey, and William all spent 2 seasons with the JV team before moving up to varsity last year, which isn't an easy thing to do. And Tommy had barely played any tennis before arriving at St. Andrews as a new 10th grader. He essentially played nonstop in his free time throughout that first fall and spring to make the varsity team. And the loss of this season is particularly tragic for this group because this was their time to reap the rewards of their hard work. Up to this point, members of the class of 2020 appeared in only 10 varsity matches. But this year, the team was counting on them to step in as starters, and I have no doubt they would have met the highest standards that our program has grown accustomed to. Despite being robbed of the chance to show our school and the state what they're capable of, I'm grateful to these seniors for the example they set both on a daily basis at practice and in the trajectory of their tennis careers throughout their time at St. Andrews. Even though they didn't get their time to shine, I know that their impact on the program will be felt for years to come. Thank you so much, boys.
So I'm really happy to be able to celebrate the girls tennis seniors as well. I want to first thank Charlotte Gears for her great contributions to the tennis program as a 3-year varsity player. She played singles, she played doubles, and she was an incredibly gritty and tough player in all of her matches, including a memorable match her freshman year at third singles when she played in the semifinals of the state tournament. Molly Ayers, what an incredible tennis player and what an incredible teammate. I could always depend on Molly to be enthusiastic and supportive and hardworking, as well as having a lot of fun. She was an amazing leader as a junior last year, so I was really looking forward to seeing what kind of leadership she could bring this year to set a positive tone, and really bringing the team together every day in practice and pumping everybody up for every match that we played. And then finally, Louise Stillwell. It will be one of the great sadnesses in my life that I didn't get to coach her senior year. This incredible tennis player, phenomenal, played second singles since her freshman year, incredibly intense, so competitive. She wanted to win so badly and cared so much every day. She was just so coachable and spontaneous and ready to just do whatever she needed to do to win a match. And so you never knew when some match could turn in a different direction, because all of a sudden Louise would turn it on and fire herself up and play this amazing tennis. So congratulations to all of you. It was a blast to coach you, and I love you very much.
Hi, everyone. We miss you so much. This is a bittersweet moment for me and the entire girls crew. Typically in the spring at St. Andrews, nearly 1/3 of the student body joins the crew team. It's an incredible family to be part of. So needless to say, it's been a rather difficult time for me and our great seniors not to be able to be out on the pond this spring. The water's been gorgeous, and I know this was going to be a tremendous season. I have to say, today would have been the first day of racing at the Stotesbury Cup, the largest high school regatta in the world. And we would have come home today tired and excited and ready for more racing tomorrow. So I'm sorry, seniors, that you aren't there to lead us. We had the biggest and most impressive group of novices coming our way as well, and 3 outstanding classes of student athletes ready to commit to something bigger than themselves, which is what rowing is all about. That being said, we had 6 returning seniors who have contributed so much to the program, and I want to thank each one of them. While several of them went through the recruiting process and will be rowing in college, all of them have the technical ability and racing finesse to be a successful collegiate rower or coxswain. Thank you, Parky Mosley, for your fun spirit and your wonderful role model as a big sister to so many of the younger rowers. You always brought a great attitude, and you were always so much fun in the boathouse. I wish you the very best as you head off to row for the Wesleyan team and that fantastic program next year. Thank you, Katerina Corpus. You are a tenacious stroke. You are a fighter, a racer. And if you choose, Princeton will be lucky if you decide to take the chance and walk onto the team, joining fellow St. Andrean Margaret Murphy, who walked on this year as a coxswain to cox the varsity. Thank you, Ginger Mullins, who has the opportunity to walk on at the incredible University of Virginia team. Ginger, too, is so determined, amazing competitive athlete, phenomenal racer. She is an engine. She has an outrageous lung capacity. I know it's a strange thing we talk about in crew. Even as a sophomore, Ginger won the Hammer Award given to the top 2K erg on the team. Thank you, Elise Ray, who went through a 2-year-long recruiting process to the United States Naval Academy, which has so many incredibly difficult hoops to jump through anyway, in addition to being recruited as a Division I athlete. The day I heard Elise was admitted to the Naval Academy, I knew that they knew what Elise was all about. I've coached her for the past 2.5 years. She started rowing in 10th grade as a novice, but within about a month, I pulled her into the varsity group with me, and she made that second boat fly. She made it so much faster. She's a great racer, and I wish her the very best. Thank you, Chloe Tung. Chloe was a tiny novice coxswain her freshman year, and she made the choice to put in the effort during the summers to go to coxswain camps, and it had remarkable results. She came back her sophomore year, and within a few weeks, I pulled her into the first boat. She's a phenomenal coxswain. She's a leader. She's organized. She's competitive. She's a badass. She truly became the coach in the boat, which is what coxswains have to do. And I'm so sad not to have my final season leading with her this spring. Columbia will be lucky if she decides to walk on. She just might make their first boat too. And then finally, thank you, Christine Wu. Christine started rowing as a freshman. And she was one of those immediate converts. She just found her thing. She knew she was a rower from the start. She thrives on the work and the camaraderie. And when you find what you love and you can't do it all the time, it's hard. But Christine found other ways to contribute to the school. She has become an exceptional rower. She has become a leader, a role model, and an amazing work ethic. And she will have she might be also one of the best DJ and videographers I've ever had on a team. Christine had an amazing success at St. Andrews and on her summer and US rowing teams. And I'm so sorry she and these other amazing seniors didn't have the opportunity for their final season here on Knoxon Town Pond. There is no doubt Christine will crush it when she heads up to row at Dartmouth this coming year. So thank you, girls. I'm gonna miss you so much.
Hey, all you cool cats and kittens. So I just have two seniors to talk about. The first is Logan, who rowed before he came to St. Andrews, and was like a great addition to his class. He just sort of stepped right in, and he sets a great example. He's really a great teammate, really fun. And he really teaches us all to follow our dreams. Last year, his dream was to coach, to manage girls soccer. So he managed girls soccer last year. And then when he came back to rowing this year, he said he wanted to do winter training. So I, of course, just delighted in torturing him all winter long. I would have probably been a lot nicer to him if I'd known he wasn't going to row in the water. But he did a great job, and he worked really hard, and he was ready to go, and he was ready to lead this team this spring. So I wish I had his screen on here so I could see his face while I was roasting him. But and the other senior who is Blake, who was co-captain this year and first boat coxswain last year. I think his freshman year, he was maybe a face-off specialist in lacrosse. I'm not sure. Is that true? No. But he's like just an incredible racer. Such a good guy, and like really low-key intense. So he's like he's got this kind of beach like laid-back guy, but he's actually super intense. He's like Michael Jordan, but nice to his teammates. And I just really miss being around him. He makes practice really fun, and just two really great guys. So I'm sorry, didn't get a chance to have them lead the team, but next year our accomplishments are going to be in large part due to the leadership of these two great seniors this year. So thanks, guys.
Baseball was going to have a great season this spring. We would have competed hard and had a ton of fun playing a great sport, despite what many of you might think of it, and we would have grown together as a team. I want to lead off with a quick acknowledgement of 4 seniors who had been involved with baseball in the past, though had different plans for this season. First, Aaliyah, who I believe signed a more lucrative free agent deal with another spring activity. Aaliyah was a great manager for us last year, but once Tino left campus, baseball was never going to be the same for her. Messiah played outfield and served as a designated hitter during his first and second years on campus. He was not able to play baseball last season, but was thinking about being involved with the team this spring. He made a lot of progress during 2 seasons, and it would have been fun to see what a Michael Jordan-like comeback to baseball might have held for Messiah. Now for a brief tip of the cap to 2 young men who had played baseball for the past 3 years, but who had decided to take their talents to other parts of campus this spring. Stephen played all around the diamond and pitched at both the JV and varsity levels, improving greatly and achieving a good deal of success as a hitter, defender, and pitcher. He was a Swiss Army knife for us, useful and productive in many ways. Stephen was slated to be our organist at home games this spring, which would have added even another dimension to his contributions to our team. Tim, my goodness, what to say about Tim? Tim made a ton of progress during his career. Once upon a time, it was a little frightening to watch him in the outfield, each fly ball a potential concussion. Every swing was mighty, but usually came up empty his freshman year. By last year, though, Tim had earned a large share of the designated hitter duties at the varsity level and often crushed pitches that once upon a time had confounded him, a true testament to his improvement. Finally, I would like to recognize our 2 returning seniors. Eli was preparing to take on a bunch of the pitching load for our team and also compete for at-bats and innings as an infielder. As a pitching coach, I've had a lot, and I mean a lot, of time to spend with Eli in the bullpen. Each session of the season, he would get more and more accurate. Each year, he would get stronger and stronger, steadily increasing his velocity. He developed a curveball, which he could trust to counterpoint his fastball. Eli also utilized his burgeoning brawn every time he swung the bat, always taking healthy hacks at pitches. When he connected, Eli often hit rockets. This tended to happen more in batting practice rather than games, but Eli's improvement did not go unnoticed. I think we were really on the verge of seeing all that Eli could do on the diamond this spring. I'm so proud of how far you came in honing your craft in 3 years, Eli. Thank you for all the blood, sweat, and tears that you invested in baseball. Jack. Jack was a typically tiny freshman. If you can hit the ball a long way, like way over the fence in a stadium, in baseball parlance, you have light tower power. If you can't, maybe you can hit it to the little strip of cinders before the outfield wall, the warning track. As a third former, that's about as far as Jack could hit it. Thus, he was warning track Lauer. Each year, though, Jack got bigger, and so did his role on the team. He had significant roles on other great teams on campus, but baseball was really his thing. He started out as a solid defensive infielder who was heady enough to get on base, even if hitting was not yet his strength, so to speak. Sophomore year, Jack matriculated up the batting order and began to see time at shortstop, the most vital position in the infield. By last year, Jack entrenched himself at that spot and among the best hitters in our lineup. None of this just simply happened, though. Jack worked intently to improve both as a hitter and a fielder, and even as a pitcher, and saw his effort in practice translate into performance in games. This year, I have no doubt that he would have again been our starting shortstop, hit at the top of our lineup, and been a captain. I think he might have upgraded his nickname too, just as he has progressively leveled up his power. He would have been number 2 on his jersey, but number 1 in our hearts. He would be Jack Light Tower Lauer. You have been a model player and teammate. Thank you, Jack, for your dedication and contribution to the baseball program during your career. Aaliyah, Messiah, Stephen, Tim, Eli, and Jack, you are baseball saints forever. Come back next spring and visit us on Colburn Field. It'll be great to have you back there. Thank you.
All right, hello everyone. Just want to say hello to all my seniors. I missed you guys. I thought we were going to have a great year. Definitely an improvement on last year. I had 5 seniors this year who I'm going to speak about. The first is Griffin Batson. Griffin's one of the nicer kids we had on the team. He had a rough go of it last year. He broke his arm early in the season. And, you know, a lot of times you get some kids that you won't see again after they get hurt for 4, 5, 6 weeks. Griff was at practice every day, learning and getting better, even when he couldn't be a part of the team. Came back at the end of last year and helped us. I was really looking forward to Griffin being a midfielder this year, even though he probably wouldn't have liked it. He was going to have to play some defense for us, but his improvement from sophomore to junior year was, you know, exponential, and we expected a lot of big things from Griffin this year. Griffin, miss you, and good luck in college. Kareem Dar. Kareem is also one of the nicer kids you'll ever meet. Always had a big smile on his face, no matter, whether we were making you run or whatever we were doing. He was always upbeat and happy. Great teammate. He was always a motivator, even when he wasn't necessarily on the field. I had seen that he worked very hard in the weight room in the off season. He bulked up a little bit and had gotten bigger. He hadn't seen the field a whole ton in his first couple of years, but we expected him to be a big contributor as a defensive midfielder this year and a transition midi. Topher Hummel is my third senior. Topher was a kid when I got here. He was a sophomore, and I looked at him and thought, man, that kid's a great athlete. He could run. He had great lateral agility. But as a sophomore, he really wasn't ready to put it together yet. From sophomore to junior year, he improved tremendously. He was a first-line midfielder as a junior. He was one of our top 3 or 4 goal scorers. And I was really looking forward to him teaming up with Alex Marashevsky this year to form a strong front line of midfielders. Alex Marashevsky is my next senior. Shevsky was a kid that as a sophomore, I found myself blowing the whistle and I guess speaking to more than most other kids on the team. He was kind of always in space a little bit, but he really stepped up as a junior and is actually one of the more vocal leaders on the team and one of the kids I enjoyed most. He was a big time shooter when you could get him to shoot it overhand. He was the 3rd leading scorer on the team last year. He was always a great motivator. He was very vocal for us, and I was kind of looking for Shevsky to be our team leader this year. Miss you, Chef, and good luck in the future. And my last senior is Bex Sturmfels. Beck, I got a shout out earlier on here. It's good to hear from you, bud. Beck was a long stick midi. He played a little bit of close defense. He was our 2nd long stick midi last year. And, I expected Beck as a senior to be more of a leader of a younger defense that we were going to have this year. Beck's one of those kids that I've always seemed to find near me on the sideline and having something dry and witty to say that during the game that would just make me turn around and laugh at him. And, he was a big jokester and he always had a smile on my face no matter what. He always had something funny to say to me. And Beck, I wish you luck in the future. I wish all my seniors luck, and I appreciate all of you.
Everyone, hope you're all doing well despite the circumstances. I echo many of the sentiments that have been shared by the other spring coaches, but know that you all have been missed this spring, particularly by Finn and Tegan. The girls' soccer team would have had 10 seniors within the program, and I'll try to quickly speak on their behalf. Donna, Nicole, and Lily had graciously offered to take care of Finn and Tegan in the afternoons, as Miss Carol and I would be coaching. Finn and Tegan were already looking forward to working with them, but would certainly miss Amelia and Emmeline from the winter. I worked with these 3 girls in various capacities during their SAS career and know they would have been terrific role models for our 2 kids, and I'm disappointed that they never got the chance to really get to know them. Stephen Ding was planning to serve as our team manager. He had big shoes to fill with the departure of Jamie Rowley and Alex Fan, but as we all know, Stephen would have been up to the task. I wish we had another season together to break down how I thought he was doing, in this case, how his managerial skills were, but know that this won't be the last time we cross paths. Miles Abadi planned on working with the team in whatever capacity we needed her. She made the tough decision to stop playing after an injury last year, but never lost her desire to serve as a leader for the program. She and I spoke on a number of occasions to determine how she could most benefit the team, but it really boiled down to simply having Miles around the girls. We'll miss her commitment, desire to win at all costs, and ability to bring the team together in moments of adversity. Amelia would have returned for her 2nd year at the varsity level after enjoying a solid first season. She planned on playing forward, but also offered to try goalie in the event that Ruth went down. Amelia's best qualities as a player were her speed and determination, as she never stopped running in her pursuit of a ball. We will miss this tenacity, but wish her well moving forward. Ruth was our starting goalie and was looking to build upon a solid first year. Fearless, vocal, and skill with her feet, Ruth would have served as a great senior on the squad this season. She kept us in a number of games last year with tremendous saves, and I know she would have done the same this season. She will certainly be missed, not only for her presence on the team, but the fact that we don't have another goalie that I know of in the program. We wish her well moving forward and hope she comes back to root on the squad and Patty. Ava came in as a new junior and immediately stepped into her starting position. Tough, skilled, and relentless, Ava served as our defensive midfielder. She would compete for every ball, regardless of where she was supposed to be. I'd often have to tell Ava that she needed to be on the defensive side of the field, as she was not a forward, and to return to the middle of the field, as she was not a left forward. She was everywhere, intercepting passes, linking up with our midfielders to retain possession, and trying to get forward to score a goal. Ava could be best described as the engine of our team, one that will surely be missed next year. Best of luck to you. Josie would have returned for her 4th year as a member of the varsity team and undoubtedly one of our most important players. She would have been asked to lead a relatively young squad, but one that had the potential to make the postseason for the first time in school history. Playing either as an offensive center mid or withdrawn forward, Josie had the skill, pace, and resilience to break down opposing defenses by herself. There were a few games last year when I'd be screaming on the sidelines to pass to one of her open teammates before she unlocked an entire defense to score or unleashed a 30-yard shot to score, upon which I'd quietly sit down in disbelief. She was a tremendous competitor and was ready to lead this team. I'm disappointed for Josie that she was unable to have this season as an opportunity to demonstrate her growth as a leader and finally have the chance to make the postseason. I know Josie will be back to support Parker and will have a good chance to continue her playing career next year at Bucknell, but want her to know how much we all appreciate her contributions to the program over the past 4 years. While we'll never be able to get the season back, we can certainly honor the seniors next season by working just a bit harder, running that extra mile, and ensuring that what we're doing is whatever is necessary to compete at our highest level.
Hi everyone, we miss you and we're glad we can be together tonight. I'm excited to honor the girls lacrosse seniors next. A small but vibrant group of young women would have made up the 2020 girls lacrosse senior squad. Each of them took their own path to arriving at being an instrumental presence on the team going into this season. A natural athlete, Ingrid Hoops, came to us last season after strong seasons in crew and tennis. With impressive dedication on her part, she quickly refreshed her lacrosse skills from middle school and made herself into an unshakable presence in our midfield. With incredible speed and endurance, she kept up with our opponent's fastest player, and through hard work, she refined her stick skills and understanding of the game and became an important presence in our attack. She was a leader on this team through her sense of humor and work ethic. Aubrey Malloy was a feisty member of the JV team her freshman year, and then after a break during her sophomore year, she returned to the sport as a junior and found an important role in our attack. Coachable, determined, and aggressive, Aubrey was a generous teammate and a great player. New to the sport of lacrosse, Georgina began her career on the JV squad freshman year and worked consistently over the past 3 years to make herself into an important contributor to our offense. I was always so impressed with her desire to improve, her effort during and outside of practice, and her cheerful spirit. She knew how to have fun and never let her dogged work ethic and focus get in the way of that. Campbell was a 3-year member of the varsity lacrosse program and played in every game physically possible beginning her freshman year. Although she was always approachable and quietly supported her teammates, over the course of her career, she found her voice and confidence. A fierce and talented midfielder, Campbell worked with impressive effort and consistency during practices and games. I was most excited to see the ways that she was already leading this squad throughout this school year and embracing being our most veteran player. These girls are the heart of the lacrosse program, and though I'm so disappointed for them that they didn't have the opportunity to play together this spring and lead this team on to exciting feats, I hope they know that they will have a lasting impact on the program for years to come. Thanks for all your love and effort over our time together.
Thank you to all the coaches and the amazing senior athletes. The yearbook has an announcement
All right, so Molly and I just wanted to start with announcing next year's heads. The senior co-heads of yearbook will be Izzy Nielsen, Helia Salati, and Emily Boyer. And the junior co-heads will be May Thomas and Patty Lunsford.
So we wanted to keep the tradition alive of sharing the dedication. So without further ado, Mr. and Mrs. Carroll, we would like to dedicate this yearbook to you both because your leadership has helped shape our class over these past 4 years. Your presence has defined our time here and helped us grow into the class we are today. We can always count on you to catch us when we fall. Mr. Carroll, your ability to lead with intensity and compassion is something we all look up to. As a coach, you inspire each of your athletes to push their limits and be better each and every practice. However, behind that competitive front, you show each one of us how to love and respect each other.
Mrs. Carroll, your radiant smile and charismatic personality have shown us what it means to be great students and athletes. Each season, you consistently have the ability to bring your teams together into a community of love and trust. You believe so deeply in every individual you teach or coach. Your commitment to our success has inspired that drive in us, and we have grown so much under you. Together, you both display the heart of St. Andrew's culture. You embody all the qualities that our school strives for and that we as a class admire. You never fail to make us feel like part of your family. We cherish the moments that we have spent with you and your children, and of course, Mick and Maggie. Our class will miss you both dearly as we take on the next chapter of our lives. All our love, the class of 2020. And seniors, your yearbooks are on their way.
The actors of the spring play have an announcement.
The spring play, Writers Runaround, hits the live stream tomorrow evening.
Writers Runaround is a series of scenes that bring writers from all time periods together in odd contemporary ways, which is appropriate because these are odd and contemporary times.
For example, I play Penelope, Homer's literary agent.
And I tolerate Penelope while quietly writing my great epic poem, The Odyssey.
As Jane Austen, I have tea in a bar discussing the Star Wars saga, of course, with George C. Parker, who drinks too many martinis.
Oscar Wilde, who is a fashion icon. And Ernest Hemingway, whose main concern is changing that damn bar television channel.
Nino and I play Emily Dickinson and Edgar Allan Poe, who have been matched by a computer dating service. Very fun.
My idea of a good first date is meeting in a graveyard.
So this has been my 6th play at St. Andrews. It has been an amazing experience because it helps me step out of my comfort zone and connect with new friends and bond with old friends. It was a lot of fun, and I'm both happy and sad to be leaving the experience at St. Andrews this year. I can't wait to continue in college, and I hope to see you all again later.
Yeah, and this is my first ever play at St. Andrews.
Yeah, and me as well. So don't forget to come in and tune in and support all of us. Cheers.
Mr. Sanchez has an announcement.
Good morning and good evening, St. Andrews. It brings me great pleasure and joy to share with you the gift of logic and reason, namely mathematics. That's right, Zoom friends. The SAS Math Challenge is back in what has been referenced by some as the greatest challenge in the history of St. Andrews. This is a competition in which each form has the opportunity to engage with one interesting and challenging math problem. If you fill out the form and complete the question correctly, you will increase your form's chance of winning the second and final round of this friendly competition. And most importantly, you will increase your own understanding of mathematics, or what I call a win-win. So that leaves me with one question for you all. Will we see a historic repeat win from the third form? Or will mathematicians from other forms rise to the occasion? Only time will tell. Until then, do your best and forget the rest. Submit your answers by Friday at midnight. I'll drop the link via email after school meeting.
Checkmate COVID has an announcement.
Hi, everyone. I hope everyone is doing well and is staying safe. I wanted to inform everyone of an organization two friends of mine started. The name of the organization is Checkmate COVID. Just like the name suggests, Checkmate COVID is an organization that hosts online chess tournaments in San Francisco to raise money for the fight against coronavirus. My friends spent a lot of time playing chess during this coronavirus pandemic and decided that they could use their passion for chess to support coronavirus relief. So they held a 32-person chess tournament for some friends in San Francisco and gave the winner $100 of their own money to put towards COVID-19 relief charity. Seeing that the first tournament was a success, they decided to garner more sponsors and donations for more tournaments. With sponsorships, Checkmate COVID was born and charity money increased. Now they frequently hold chess tournaments with up to 64 contestants from all around the country and require that the winner's prize money be donated to any credible COVID-related charity. They hope to raise more money for future tournaments to continue supporting COVID-19 relief in these trying times. All donations go entirely to the tournament's winner, who then donates all winnings to an approved COVID-19 charity of their choice. Registration for tournaments is completely free, and currently they have 13 contributors and have raised over $1,600. And they have parent and student tournaments. After this announcement, I'll be sending out more information via an email. And if you love playing chess or are looking forward to something fun to do during quarantine, please consider signing up. Feel free to reach out to any questions, and thanks and stay safe.
Senora has an announcement about awards night and graduation.
Good morning and good evening, everybody. It's so awesome to see so many of you here at school meeting. I want to start my announcement actually by giving two appreciations. And the first one goes to the entire student body. You guys have been so inspirational. Despite being in classes virtually, you show up, you participate, you engage. You challenge one another, and you really inspire us teachers. In every single conversation I have with teachers, you guys are the beam of our life, and we are so proud of you, and thank you so much for being just phenomenal young people. I also want to give a shout out to the technology department, because they have been there for us through this whole time, especially at the very beginning, trying to figure, especially some of us older people who are not as used to this technology. I think now we're pretty experts, but just kudos to them. They've been just phenomenal. So thank you. Just wanna also, before we get to next weekend, I would love to start to make really inviting all of you to make sure you come this Sunday at 11 o'clock to our chapel. We're gonna hear from our beloved co-president, Stephanie Tano's mother. She will be addressing us on chapel. So please come and hear her. It will be an amazing chapel. And then we have two opportunities this coming week to hear the seniors in chapel. On Wednesdays at 6:30 is the main chapel, and on Friday is the pop-up at 12:30 chapel. And in both of them, we'll be hearing from different seniors. So please come and support and hear what their wisdom they want to share with us. Okay, on to commencement weekend. So we are gonna have awards night, and I'll send all of this via email so you will have it, but awards night is gonna be at 8 p.m. Eastern time, okay? 8 p.m. Eastern time. For all underformers, you will get a link. It's a YouTube link for you to participate, to be part of it. Remember that there are, for awards, especially for freshmen who've never seen an awards night, there are awards. You will hear before the awards, you will hear really from every single aspect of school life, and a senior will address every single one of those aspects of school life, which are amazing. A lot of seniors are recognized, but also underformers. So don't think that awards night is just for seniors. There are prizes for underformers, and nobody knows who they are. So you have to, you want to be there to really hear if you earn an award, but most importantly to come and support the class of 2020. And then on Sunday at 9 a.m. Eastern time, we're gonna have the chapel, the commencement chapel, and Mr. Robinson will be addressing the class of 2020. Everybody's invited. Underformers, you will get the YouTube link. And please invite your parents to come and watch as well any of these ceremonies that we're gonna have to celebrate the class of 2020. Commencement starts at 10 o'clock. That same morning on Sunday, May 24th. We are here. We are here to celebrate them. We are here to thank them for all the leadership this entire year. They've been just absolutely phenomenal, and we want to really celebrate virtually. They will be celebrated also live at some point next year, and so we cannot wait to do that. But in the meantime, we're gonna have this virtual commencement. I will send all of this via email, but thank you so much to everybody for just a phenomenal virtual few months. Not the best, but you guys make it the best for us. So thank you so much.
Swag has an announcement.
Okay, so first, on behalf of Swag, thank you to everyone, faculty and students who has supported Swag this year. And that especially goes to Mr. Rarig. He has been with us the whole time, always committed, and just makes the weekends always a very good time. Without further ado, congratulations to next year's senior leaders of Swag, Will Bellissimo, Matt Lilly,
Annie Denny,
Arush and Faye,
Yash and Nina.
Let's give it up for these guys. They have a lot of experience on Swag. They're gonna do a great job.
Miles and Eddie have an announcement about Senior Retro.
Okay, here we go. Knock, knock.
Who's there?
Ben.
Ben who? Ben Butcher?
No. Ben thinking about Senior Retro this year. What do we do, Miles?
I don't know. Coronavirus can't stop this tradition. We'll have to do it virtually. Do you know what time we're planning on doing it?
I have no clue, actually. But we can't wait to hand down some awards and show you some. We can't wait to hand down some awards and show you some stellar performances. See you this Friday night at Senior Retro.
Woo!
So yes, please come join the seniors this Friday night for Senior Retro. This is one of those just absolutely incredible events that happens every year. It's hosted by the senior class. You all must come. You just gotta come. And with that said, that's the end of this school meeting. Thank you all for coming. It was fun. It was nice to see all of your faces. Yeah, we love you all. We miss you all. And we can't wait to see you sometime soon.
Love you.
Arts Day tomorrow.
Woo! Billy commanded you to go to Senior Retro. That was a command from our president.
Who did you need to stay, Will?
No, that's over.
No.
Praise!
Woo! Yeah.
Oh, man.
You're not muted.
I know, I don't want to
Oh.
leave. It's like,
I want to leave.
Hey, Kwashi.
Congratulations, Carols. Oh, he just waved off.
I do.
Hey, Cece.
Hi, Eddie.
Hi.
Hi,
Eddie, that was
Dante.
a good announcement.
Hi, Eddie.
Okay, we gotta go.
Hi.
What's up, Jeffrey?
You're 40.
Yo, Abby, what's up?
Yo.